Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a fantastic day, getting on with everything in your life and just enjoying everything you're doing. Right, so today I want to take a quick look at prop trading firms and how to go about choosing the best one that's right for you. So before we get going, if you're a new viewer here, please hit the subscribe button, and if you're a returning viewer, give the video a nice big thumbs up. Thanks. So for everyone who's new to prop trading, essentially they are companies that will allow you to trade virtual money on their behalf and take a profit share. And there are many ways of getting funding, whether it's through challenges, whether it's through scaling, whether it's going through training courses. But essentially they all offer the same service, that they allow you to trade far bigger sums of money than we normally have access to, some of these up to $3 million. So just recently, Traders Prop were exposed as being a scamming firm, and essentially have taken a lot of people for a ride, taken a lot of their money and basically done a runner with it. And nobody wants to be caught up in the scam. So therefore the purpose of this video is really give you a bit of my thoughts on what to do when choosing a prop firm so you don't get caught out. I'm not saying every company is a scammer, because there are plenty of legitimate companies out there, but obviously as this becomes a bigger sector, the scammers get more involved, they get much better schemes, they get better at doing what they are doing, and obviously able to trick people to getting money out of them in the future. So really just be careful if you're new to this. So when I first started getting into working with prop trading firms just over a year ago, the space wasn't that sort of diluted. There obviously only a few people actually out there doing it, and so therefore the decision wasn't that bad. But it still took me a long time to actually really get my head around the concept. Why were these people able to fund traders? Because the big old days where you had to go through working for particular trading floors and get onto that whole thing of being a prop trader, it seemed a little bit too easy to be able to go through a challenge for a month or 2 months and therefore be able to have access to $100,000 that quickly. But the more time over the past few months I've spent time researching industry, looking at other companies, the decisions get harder and harder every single time a new firm comes out or someone recommends another one to me. Now I'm being asked almost daily, what do I think about this particular firm or that particular firm? And to be honest, I've hardly heard of any of them. They're so obscure, and it takes a lot of time and effort to actually really sort of get to know a particular firm, peel back all the layers to understand what their motives are, how they're established, how long they've been going for, and all those sort of reasons. So I can't comment on every single one. I'll just give you my thoughts on what I think are the reasons for why I would choose a particular firm and go with a more established one. I often think about the people who are asking me these questions. Have they maxed out the maximum for one particular prop trading firm or another one while they want us to look further down the field? So a lot of these companies allow you to have somewhere up to $500,000 with them on multiple challenges. So if you've really gone to maxed out that, you should be making a significant income to be able to fund your own trading before looking at more obscure prop trading firms. So these are just a few of the things I would look at for if I was starting out for going for a new prop trading firm. It's by no means the most exhaustive list ever, and you might have different ideas of what you might be looking for. So please comment down below what you think would be your things to look for in a prop trading firm. So the biggest thing for me is the reputation of the company, and it's very hard to gauge what a reputation is because a lot of times we don't have access to financial records or how long they've been going for, but some of this information can be discovered, like when were they launched, how many traders they have, do they publish, how many people are successful, etc. Now, the more people have the more reputable reputation, they're more likely to disclose public information about themselves. Are you able to talk with other traders who are signed up with them? What are their thoughts on it? Are they having a successful journey with them, or are they struggling? So really sort of doing a bit of homework to find out how good are they really, what's their reputation in the industry, and let's say, what do other people think about them? Now a lot of new firms starting out employ almost like marketing companies or social media people to go out and just comment on every single post, whether it's on Instagram or Twitter, or going to Telegram groups to say, this company started up, they're fantastic. So if anyone posts, what do you think of this company? And someone comes and says they're fantastic, it could be that they're actually driving that conversation themselves to actually get people to look at their websites, try and get signed up. And I'm not saying it's a scam, because everyone has to start somewhere. And it could be that these are obviously new emerging businesses, and that's their marketing tool to get where they need to be. But again, that is not building a reputation. That's not actually that's not talking with real people who have actual skin in the game, money invested with the companies. That's basically just people who are being paid to promote and say these are great companies. So I wouldn't take that as a good reputation. I would just try and talk to real people. I'd also look at their social media profile. Now, in today's digital age, every company should have a really strong social media profile. Whether that's a YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, or whatever their presence would be, there's so many out there for promoting themselves, they should have a really strong social media presence. And I'll also say they're putting one post and leaving it for another couple of months. They should be regularly posting, I won't say daily, but at least weekly, saying this is what we're achieving, this is how we're trying to improve the business, these are our recommendations, these are testimonies from our traders, and really have that sort of information out there. And if they're not promoting themselves via social media, then how are they attracting new business? Now, if I was looking to go with a prop trading firm, I would actually try and contact them. Do they have an instant chat mechanism on their website? You can actually have a conversation with somebody. A lot of them have automated robots, and therefore will then translate that into a script or an email conversation back, and therefore people will contact you later. But if that's actually a live conversation chat, that's a really good way of going about it, just getting a feel for how genuine they are. Do they respond to emails? Can you contact their customer services teams? Again, if they are genuine and have a good reputation, that's all part of building a rapport with their customers and actually then getting new people on board. Because ultimately, everyone they bring on board, that spreads by word of mouth, and they get more and more people come on board. So yeah, if you're able to talk to them, whether it's via phone, via email, via Skype, or whatever mechanism it is, try and have a conversation with them to start with and make sure that they are the right for you. I would always look for a company who offers a free trial. Now, that doesn't mean much in itself because they can literally give you any login details to any system. But a free trial also allows you to have access to their back-end system. Do they provide metrics? Do they provide a dashboard? Any other services you have when you log into their systems? A free trial also means they've done an investment on their side. They've created a logon account. They've created details for you. They've created all these things that they've had to do. And although it's not cost them significant amounts of money, again, it's still something they've had to do to engage with you as a customer to make your journey better with them. And as you go through these free trials, you're able to, again, interact with their customer support teams, ask them questions, see how the actual platform performs. And again, if you don't like what you see on a free trial, or they don't offer a free trial, then just walk away, go to somebody else. Now, what's really important with a prop trading firm is what options they offer. Now, is it just challenge based? Is it a scaling plan? So every month you get a percentage and double your account? Do they offer free retrials, etc.? Is it a one-off payment or is it a subscription-based service? Now, when I started off, I wanted to go for a one-off payment on a challenge mode that enabled me to very quickly get to being a funded trader and therefore be able to get the returns of the percentages very quickly. I didn't want to have to go down a 4, 5, 6 month route of trying to scale up every single time before I get some payments out. Now, personally, I wouldn't pay too much attention to the actual criteria for passing at this phase. It's more around the service they offer. Now, whether you have to gain 8% or 10% in a challenge or 5% or 10% in a scaling, it doesn't make a lot of difference, because if you're able to make 8% in a month, then that extra 2% should be relatively straightforward to make with a little bit of working around the risk parameters. It's the same thing with drawdowns. People want to have the biggest drawdown possible. But again, the more drawdown you have, if you're getting closer to that, the harder it then is to actually get back to where you need to be. So for me, if you're offering a 15, 20% possible drawdown, if you're ever that drawdown level, you're going to take months and months to get back to where you need to be profitable, unless you're going to risk it all on one trade, and therefore you're not serious at this game. A lot of people want to know what broker they use in the back end. Now, to me, again, this isn't that critical for me, but a lot of people want to know what the spreads are, what the commissions are, what the swaps are like. Now, for me, the spread is key on a lot of these things. That's obviously the part of the cost of doing business with any particular broker. Whereas a lot of people who have a very, very tight stop loss, if there's a 2 pip spread, that's a significant amount on their actual risk. And therefore they want to have a much, much, much tighter stop. So therefore they only have to make a smaller gain to get a better percentage return. Personally, for me, it comes down to execution speed and whether there's any slippage or any gaps in the market. Now, that's probably for me more critical than actually having tighter stops. But again, it's really worth checking out what your trading style is and what you need from a broker, and therefore understand what broker these platforms are going to provide to you, and therefore gather a much better trading experience. Now, probably one of the biggest considerations is, do they pay out on time and do they pay out accurately? Now, obviously you need to get through all of the phases to get into a funded trader and obviously qualify for a payout. But again, when you've got a payout, do they actually make sure they pay out within a couple of days? Now, my first payout with FTMO, they were probably 2 or 3 weeks to get a payout. And I thought that was not great, when obviously there's a lot of reputation built on their fast payouts. But eventually they paid out. The subsequent months have all been literally within 1 or 2 days. So I have no qualms about payouts from FTMO. And the same thing with Funding Talent. They paid out very quickly as well. Other prop firms have different payout methods. So the trader's prop, you get to the end of each month, they then calculate what that's going to be. They tell you by that point and they pay out 10 days later. It doesn't matter as long as they pay out on time when they say they're going to pay out. But again, check with other people who are funded with them, check with articles online, and make sure that you understand the payout process and when it's going to happen. So I really hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on what to look for in a prop trading firm, and hopefully no one else is going to get scammed from this in the future. If you really enjoyed the video, again, give it a big thumbs up and comment down below what you think other criteria would be for you selecting a prop trading firm. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.